Hello and what is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a knife from Ferramonster. This thing is going to be epic, so definitely you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. Just got this one in from the Lefty EDC knife pass around, so shout out to Lefty. Shout out to Ferramonster for sending this one out for our smaller channels to get our hands on it and share with you guys. And we got the Ferramonster logo here. We just took the sleeve out. This knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you're interested in checking prices, availability, and variants, then definitely check those links. We got the wiping cloth here, which is branded. We have a Velcro patch right here. Check that out. We got the Ferramonster logo there, crafted for adventure, right? With the white and yellow and black background. We have instructions and warranty stuff there and the specifications on the Urban Grip, right? So let's go ahead and leave those there handy or visible. While we go ahead and take a look at this beauty in here, right? Zipper pouch with their logo. Boom. There is the knife. Comes in a Ziploc pouch, but this is a pass around knife. So my buddy, whoever I got this from, didn't put it in the plastic bag there. So here we go. The Urban Grip, guys, take a look at this. That is awesome. Take a look at this thing. Holy smokes. Okay, first of all, right, we have titanium handles going on here with the black and white carbon fiber going on. That's looking pretty epic. Now, these aren't just any inlays, right? The inlays actually take over almost the entire handle. So that's also pretty epic. We have the Ferramonster pivot logo there, which is kind of like an arrow pointing up. That's pretty neat. And on the lock bar side, it's a lock bar knife. We have very similar, except it doesn't go all the way. It kind of skips the lock bar piece, but they kind of got the carbon fiber there as much as they could. So that's pretty nice. We got the pocket clip here, which I feel like it's the same as the one on the Glideman. Check out the Glideman unboxing if you haven't already. This one is pretty epic. And is a deep carry. Well, about that much is going to go into the pocket. It about tops out right there. And it's not reversible, right? So lefties take note. Back spacer here on titanium also. And yeah, it looks like we have a front flipper and no thumb studs. This should be interesting. It looks to be a front flipper only. Let's go ahead and deploy this thing. Bam. Holy smokes. Yeah, definitely has some reach. It absolutely definitely has some reach. It looks like, yeah, 8.4 inches right there on the length. That's definitely something. 3.67 inches on the blade. I mean, that is one blade right there. M390, titanium with carbon fiber inlays, and the clips, pocket clip and screws are all titanium as well. So those are your specs, right? Let's see here. This thing is a frame lock. So let's check out the action, right? A little bit of a shake shutter. We do have jimping on that front flipper. It actually kind of goes all the way around for a bit as well. Right, check out this last jimping there. That's helping, of course, with the action. So good news, though, is my philosophy is if you give me one deployment and one deployment option, please, 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 let it be a solid one, a satisfying one, and this one sure is, right? I did the reach around this time. Oh, yeah, I can build enough force to overcome the detent. Check out the detent right there. That is a pretty well-tuned detent for this front flipper. Feels that way. It's not too soft, right? Actually, yeah, for this, feels pretty good there. So not too soft, not too stiff. It's not gonna beat up your finger trying to get this thing deployed. Right, do the reach around. That works good. Side of the index finger, that works good too. Right, check that out. All right, so that's looking pretty epic right there with a great drop shot action. Alignment is smack in the middle there. That's looking pretty good. Lock up here, let's take a closer look. We are about, what is this? About 30%, maybe 25, 30% or so of the way in. That's looking pretty good. Good access to the lock bar. All right, take a closer look at that. It's a little bit taller on that side than it is on the show side. And so we would just, you know, push here down and to the left, and that gets the job done. All right, so far so good. Making a great first impression here. All right, with the one deployment and one deployment option only. I think if you want more deployment options, you definitely go with the Glideman. This one has the back flipper and the opening hole for thumb deployment and reverse flick. But this one has a little bit of sauce of its own. I believe the Aurora race was a back flipper. I think that one was the first Ferramonster that I got a chance to check out. But this one is looking very, very elegant. Definitely a large knife for my people who are out there like, hey, Miguel, we want the large knives. Where the large knives at? We love the large knives. Listen, they got you covered right here with this thing. So ergos, let's take a look. Right, that feels pretty nice. This curvature right here kind of guides your index finger. All other fingers follow suit. And I'm able to get more than enough of a full purchase right there. A little bit of handle still left there. The pocket clip I found was very comfortable on the Glideman. It's also pretty comfortable here on the Urbangrip. I barely feel that pocket clip. It's a good 9.5, 9.8 out of 10 right there, looking pretty good. Good jimping there on the tang of the blade, and man, we can get to work. All right, look at this thing. All right, beautiful drop point blade with a satin finish. This is a full flat grind. Oh man, okay, so this is going to be very interesting with this full flat grind. You know, this thing is going to be a slicer through and through. All right, check out that satin finish. Not a lot of billboarding going on, which I absolutely love Ferramonster for that, right? You actually have to know what knife it is, because otherwise it doesn't say Ferramonster anywhere. You got the pivot logo, that kind of gives you a hint. It says M390 right there in the corner, and that is it, right? You have to know. And if you know, you know, you know. So definitely love that cool aspect about it. They didn't go crazy on the billboarding department. This is no Microtech billboard by any means, so gotta love that. And from what I understand, Ferramonster has been OEMing knives for a lot of other companies, and they just recently decided, hey, why don't we make our own knives? And they have those 3 models on their lineup, right? They have the Urbangrip right here, right? They have the Glideman, right? Look at the difference there between the Glideman or Glideman. The freak. Glideman. The Glideman, right? Just wanted to confirm there. It's not glides, man. It's just a glide, man. Anyways, check out the size difference between those two. The Aurora rays, I want to say it's a little bit closer to the Urbangrip than the Glideman, right? And so let me just toss up another knife here, for example, the Vosteed RSKAOS, just to give you a little bit of a reference. Take a look, very comparable. I think the RSKAOS is maybe a hair longer. Right, you guys be the judge there. I'll have links for all these knives down below if you want to check them out. Let's do the usual ones here in the channel. Right, kind of giving a good run for the money. There is the MSI from Microtech. That one's got some reach as well. Here is the Stitch. Right, the Stitch has also got a good size to it. Right, somewhere in that ballpark vicinity, if you would. Here's the PM2. PM2 is going to be a little bit shorter. There is your Para 3, obviously shorter as well. The Demko AD 20.5, it's a little bit shorter, and so is the Nano Shark. Baby Shark, do, 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 do. Here's the Tenable Fenrir right there on the budget category, absolutely highly recommendable. Same thing with the CJRB Pyrite Light. The Fenrir definitely comes the closest, but the Urbangrip is still lengthier there. And last but not least, we got the Vosteed Corgi and the Fintiso Parrot. All right, take a look at those. Those are more medium size. Right, definitely a large, borderline XL maybe on the Urbangrip. But again, this is just to give you a ballpark idea. Hopefully you own some of those knives. Again, all linked down below in the description and pinned comments if you want to check them out. Let's do our scientific cutting test, shall we? M390 steel, good old piece of textbook paper. If you would, let me give you the 5x zoom in, right? Because it is scientifically proven that if I zoom in, it makes the cutting test more satisfying. And I totally did not just make that up. But here we go. Yeah, that is absolutely cutting really, really nice. Let's get some full slices. We definitely have a good cutting length right here. Again, blade length 3.67, so more than 3.5. Boom, bam. Now the crazy part too is this is a factory edge, but it's not brand new out of the box, right? I'm checking these out, borrowed from the Lefty EDC Knife Pass Around. So again, shout out to Lefty, shout out to Ferramonster for sending these out for us to be able to check out. For our smaller channels, I do have a discount with Ferramonster, so I believe it's about 10% or so. I'll put the details in the description and pinned comments. Code Miguel EDC, so definitely check that out if you're interested. If you're gonna pick one of these up, you definitely want to save every penny you can. Miguel EDC gives you 10% off, so check that out. And I mean, these are some very well constructed, very well built knives, and I can tell you, I can't wait to carry this thing. It's looking so good. You guys rate this thing in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. All right, how sharp is this guy? Rate that factory edge, 10 being the sharpest. You all let me know. Except I have no idea what the heck I'm smoking because we gotta do some cardboard cutting. So anyways, let's go ahead and try cutting some cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular but at an angle. And this is single wall cardboard. Here we go. Huggies brand. Bam. Yeah, did I tell you guys this thing was gonna be a laser beam? Because it absolutely is. Boom. Bam. One last one here before I lose a finger. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Yeah, made some quick work out of that. This thing is a slicey beast, I'll tell you that. Good slicey performance, also long cutting path. Boom. This thing got a little bit of a gunk in there, so I'm gonna whip out my break-free COP. highly recommend this if you ever want to clean your blades or what have you. Just a couple drops on there. It is a cleaner, lubricant, and preservative. I'll have a link for the break-free CLP kit in the description and pinned comment. So yeah, just kind of spread the solution around the blade, just like that. It actually gets rid of and removes that gunk immediately, right? And then just give it maybe a good, 30 seconds to a minute. We're gonna fast forward through the magic of YouTube. Here we go. All right, give it a nice wipe, and it's just as clean as how I took it out of the box a second ago. Bam, check that out. Break-free CLP. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Urban Grip from Ferramonster, right? Absolute banger right here. Loving this thing. Definitely very, very elegant. It has the one deployment and one deployment option, but this thing is so good. I love me a good, well-tuned front flipper, right? I've always said that ever since something like the Momo from Kaiser, which was a front flipper, it still is a front flipper only, but they tuned this thing to perfection. It works so good. And yeah, it's that is how you do a front flipper, by the way. Same deal here, right? Very well executed. For any of the front flipper scenarios you want to do, side of index finger, reach around, regular deployment with your thumb. Each of them works really nice. So, okay, let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you like? What do you love? Is there anything you dislike? Your thoughts, questions, concerns, feedback. Love to hear from you all. Go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps this video reach a larger audience. Do consider subscribing if you're new around here. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. Make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis, and you will not be disappointed. Shout out to Lefty EDC and Ferramonster for the opportunity to check this one out. Shout out to my Patreon supporters for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. Check out the video on the Glideman right there to the left, or check out this awesome video YouTube recommends to the right. Thank you guys so much for sticking out with me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here until the end. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.